Hello, all of you beautiful people on the internet. How are you doing tonight? My name is Josh. Welcome to Bonus Stage. We are having a Let's Listen tonight, or should I say a Let's Watch, because we are going to watch the full set of the Tiberian Sons performance at 2024's VGM CON. And I am joined by all four formative members of the Tiberian Sons right now. We got Tony, we got Connor, we got Nate, we got Max. Actually, that's also kind of a joke because we got Travis showing up at some point, and I hope he bursts in with some loud acclaim. But hey, all of you guys, all at once, how are you doing tonight?
Doing great.
Doing
Josh.
okay, yeah.
Excellent.
Right.
Always great debuting our stuff on your stream.
Yeah, I'd love to have you guys.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, it's kind of funny that like it's like been gestating. What are we at? This has come to full term, right? Where this is 9 months after the fact that you guys have been gestating this this set. So VGM CON 2024. It was an incredible time. You guys put on a hell of a show. I was very happy to be there and check it out live. But you guys did an incredible job recreating it. What took so long?
We'll get to that. We should probably get that after the video. But basically, in a nutshell, there were some challenges with the way the show was recorded, and that just added to a lot of post-production time in order to make this thing work. But and I don't know. I'm the only person insane enough to put in the effort to do it. So I think
you guys have no idea what Tony went through.
Yeah. We can definitely save the nitty-gritty for after. I think it'll be much more appreciated once people have heard the results. But I think there were a few other bands that mentioned some of the difficulties of getting their audio tracks and some solid video as well. So all that to say, you guys did an incredible job. This is a really cool set and visual and audio representation of it, reproduction of it, in fact. Really honored to get the debut here on Bonus Stage. This was your guys' first time as the Tiberian Sons visiting VGM CON. Am I right?
Yes.
All right. Well, tell me a little bit about that. I know we had got you on the warp stage and we talked a little bit, but I want to hear from the horse's mouth what you guys thought of VGM CON.
So VGM CON is awesome. I played it once before we played. So I played it in VGM in 2022 with Don Palambi's band. And that was my first time going to it. It was also one of the first things I did, honestly, after COVID. And it was just it reminded me of the early MagFest days, right? Where I started going around MagFest 7, right? Where it's only 1,000 people. And so it was just cool. The vibe was cool. And it's just one of those things where it's small enough that the people who, the people that you'll come across are all your friends, and you'll just cross paths with people all the time. Whereas something like MagFest, which is also awesome in its own way, Super MagFest at the point where it's at, you'll go the entire weekend without seeing some of your friends, right? So having just kind of the little more tight, intimate, I guess, sort of format for VGM CON is really pretty cool, and it's something that just kind of makes me feel a little bit more connected with my roots. What about you guys? What'd you think?
Yeah, the exact same thing, really. I just love that whenever you turn a corner and you spot 4 people that and 3 of them are guys you haven't seen in almost 10 years, and they turn towards you and they instantly recognize you, and they just come over and give you a hug and or a beer. Just lovely ambience. Very I can't say I was there in the early MagFest days, but it did remind me of those first few times where I came to MagFest and met a lot of my friends for literally the first time. And in addition, there is one thing that I think I dig more about VGM Con than about MagFest in itself. Is that VGM Con is laser focused on pure VGM nerdery. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the fact that MagFest is so diverse and it's got a bunch of stuff that I personally don't care much for, but I appreciate that there's a bunch of people who adore that. But yeah, it's like the parts of MagFest that I like the most condensed into a cool Minneapolis hotel, where I have to remember to actually wear warm clothes because I busted my voice and was unable to speak for most of Saturday night, and that was miserable.
Oh my god. And it's like insufferably dry there too. They have like hand lotion in all of the hotel rooms because my god.
Let's also not forget, and it won't be audible, but it'll probably be visible on the video, is that during the concert, basically at any moment, Max was just going like full voice, just going out on just full growl.
And neglecting to do that in the mic because I guess I'm a barbarian or something, and I figure that I actually have to have a voice that carries enough to be audible to everybody in the room, on top of the band. I am not the smartest person.
But you are the loudest.
The loudest.
Hey, I'm French.
Good point.
Oh my god. Connor, Nate, I know it wasn't your first time at VGM.
Yeah, my first was with Tony and Don Palombi. Yeah, and hilariously, me and Tony actually have this first MagFest, which was 7. So we've just been orbiting around forever. Yeah, it very much is just old MagFest. To VGM Con's detriment, unfortunately, because all of us old people that want to have that experience are just going to flood it, and it's going to get out of control, and they're gonna have a repeat.
Yeah,
it's not really avoidable. Even when you talk to people about it now, like at Mag, everybody says, "Dude, you got to come to VG." It's exactly the same. Like, oh my God, you got to come to this thing. And it's funny because Mag West exists, and Mag West is as small as VGM Con. But it's still not. It's not quite the same. Like Mag West is still more diverse in that space, and so it's not as laser focused as the VGM kind of stuff, and it doesn't get the same crowd of people as the VGM Con does. But no, it's great. I really wish those guys success. I'm definitely gonna do what I can to come as many times as it exists. And I got to shout out Director Flick in chat because this particular show has an insane LED wall that basically makes this show and every show that was at it last year look like wait, I thought this was a small event. Like, what the hell is going on? It's ridiculous.
Yeah, we all love you, Flick. You're the best.
Small show with big LED energy.
Yeah. Perfect.
Connor, what about you, man? That was your first time last year, wasn't it?
Yep, that's right. And I guess, it hasn't been around that many years. I was going to say, maybe it's surprising because I'm originally from Minnesota, but I guess I've been gone so long, it probably wasn't even going then. But I love what Max said about how it's just laser focused on VGM. And I remember there's one super awesome moment. I think we were on one of the stages. We were kind of all together. We were watching House the Great perform. And I'm just like looking to the side, and it's like Grant Henry's here and the Arcadians right there. And like, it was just like,
if Grant awesome. And John are in the same room, they're usually sitting together, but yeah, go on. Sorry.
And it was like all these VGM artists that I just completely, love their stuff. And they're all like enamored by this person. I'm like, okay, so now I'm enamored by this person. Like everyone was just very in sync, because it's laser focused, which was super cool. So yeah, definitely want to go back someday.
Yeah, I definitely feel with the way that they've named it, VGM Con, it feels like a convention at the moment. A lot of people that are like in the scene, in the industry, just like show up, and yeah, like you said, you just look left or right, and you kind of know just about anybody who you look at, and hope they see some success and get some more of Joe Public out but for now, yeah, it's definitely like really good, intimate vibes.
And you can basically walk around at any point at night or in the morning or whatever, and you're just going to run into somebody. Especially if you've been like an old MagFest person that's been going for 10 plus years, like you're just gonna turn the corner and there everybody is. The lobby just becomes the main hangout spot at night, and there's just like 20 people just in the lobby until 4 in the morning.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh man, that Voodoo Ranger Lounge, the bar area, that was
Yeah.
that was a pretty bumping spot one night. I remember.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And there was
Oh, yeah.
also like there's multiple pianos that are around in the same area, and there's one downstairs, and there's one upstairs at the same spot, and then there's another one. And then people bring their own. You got Robbie Benson or Dominic Sacchetti last year, just like bumming around with pianos. And so I remember at one point I was looking left or right with my phone, and I could film 3 different piano performances going on simultaneously. It was ridiculous.
It's funny.
Oh man, I had a really charming experience playing chess with Sybil Grace, actually,
Nice.
like up above, like overlooking the little piano area
Piano
while like
area.
Rob Kovacs and Mezzo Carretera were doing a performance. It was just like,
Hell yeah.
yeah, such a beautiful way that they've used the space.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, let's get back to the Tiberian Sons here a little bit, because definitely seen you perform a few times with Frank, but this was the first time that you were playing non-Command and Conquer music. I believe you told me for the first time in 7 years. That's kind of nuts, but also amazing. We've had you on for the like the Origami King stuff. It was really nice to see some of that live. Yeah, how did that feel for you guys?
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, like basically, before we played with Frank in 2019 for the first time, MagFest was really the only place where you could do it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can play like PAX, and it's a little hard to get in that one.
Yeah.
But so we, our first show as a band was in 2015. So like we were an entity before we started working with Frank.
Yeah.
And that was the 4 of us with Travis. Nate had done the artwork for us, but he wasn't like the dedicated visuals guy at that point yet.
I don't think I was doing visuals at that point yet.
Yeah. In 2017, we played another show, but that was without Connor. Because Connor, were you on like the cruise then? Was that why you couldn't? Like,
yeah, I was at sea for like a year and a half.
Yeah. He was on a boat.
On a boat. So we had Mike Willard sub in, and that was at like the Mag Underground when they had that for like a year or two. And then 2019 was when we played with Frank, and after COVID, then it was like, oh, now we got these like little small early MagFest type festivals. Let's try to apply and play those. See what would happen. That'd be fun. But yeah, this is the first time since 2015 that we had played with like the 4 of us in the band, not playing Frank's material. Basically, we do play one Command and Conquer song, but it's a Tiberian Sons arrangement of Command and Conquer. So there is still Command and Conquer, and there probably will always be as long as we play live.
Mm-hmm.
But
also just to make things clear, we still love Frank and we still want to play more with him. It's not a breakup or anything. It's just we're also doing our own thing, but
Frank's got his thing.
With Frank.
Frank's got his thing. We've got our thing, and then Frank and the Tiberian Sons have a third thing.
Frank has more like 7 things.
Yeah. Well, no, Frank's got a billion things. I don't know if like his 7's like not even
probably on the low side. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he keeps a couple of them in his mouth. Oh my god. Oh, there's Kylo. Oh my god. Yeah. Well, you didn't have Frank, but you did have some guests join you at VGM CON.
Yep.
Namely Eli Bishop and Michelle Draban filling out your sound. Yeah, it must have been a pretty easy pick getting those 2 up to join you on stage, huh?
Of course, yeah. I mean, they've recorded with us before. Before that performance, Michelle Draban did some vocals on our Ace Combat album, and also on our One Winged Angel cover. And so it was a very obvious pick. I mean, like, hey, like do some live choir with us. And in the show. And then Eli Bishop, you know, we've been working with him a long time. He's just one of those guys that's like super reliable, and you know that like everything that he's gonna do is gonna be killer. But that was also it's the first time we tried having a live violin during our shows, and I think we're gonna keep doing that because it was awesome.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you do have a lot of orchestration
Right.
in your arrangements and stuff, and just
Right.
to have that, you know, somebody on stage actually doing the lines, even if they are doubled in the backing tracks and stuff like that, like, you know, just adds extra energy, right?
Right. Yeah. And it just, since we are using like orchestral samples, you know, in our arrangements, having that live violin kind of helps tie things together. But like after we, you know, like we've started to get like Eli and then like other violin players like Ronan OPF and like Shay's violin to record on some of our material, I kind of just want to do it on everything now because it just makes everything better.
You can't go back.
Yeah, exactly. Like live musicians, they're still better. It's still better to have live musicians on your stuff when they can pull it off, even if you're trying to do orchestral stuff. It's just the truth.
Yeah. Nice. Well, yeah. I won't ask you to name if anybody's going to become a permanent fixture in your band, but yeah, I really love to see. And yeah, like having Jay join you at Mag West, that was really cool to see too. Oh my God.
Yeah, he killed it too. Loved working with him.
Yeah.
Super good guy.
Yeah, Jay's solid. Oh my God. Well, we've been talking this up quite a lot. Yeah, guys, we've got, 49 minute set that has been lovingly audio restored or even
lovingly,
fabricated.
or
I don't know.
We will talk about
we will talk about that. The visuals has been done. It's done to Tiberian Sons quality. If all of you are ready to sink your teeth in, then I think we can press launch on this exciting launch.
Hell yeah.
I want to say let's listen, but this feels like a watch. So if you all help me out, let's
watch.
We normally played with this guy named Frank Papaki, but unfortunately his airplane got vaporized by an ion cannon on the way here. I'm sorry. We are still going to play a little Command & Conquer for you, because this is what started this band, is this arrangement. Here we go. Oh, what's up, VGM CON? How we doing? Yeah. Shook my guitar real quick. So yeah, we're not just the Command and Conquer band. Even though the name is Tiberian Sons, which I'm sure some of you have played the game. Max came up with that name, the Tiberian Sons. So we've actually had a decently long history. The first time we played live with the four of us was 2015. And the last time we played with the four of us doing non-Command and Conquer material was 2015. So, normally we play with Frank Lepacki. He's not here today. So we're playing some material throughout our history. The next one is going to be from our debut album, Collateral Damage. This is from Thunder Force 4. Here we go. Paper Mario. We entered this one in last year's GMRA, and this song won the best metal remix for last year. So this is Origami Castle. This is going to feature our good friend Eli Bishop on violin. Changing guitar, what the hell does that mean? So, last December, we released a brand new cover album from a very beloved game series of ours. 10 remixes from the Ace Combat series. We're gonna do a couple of those tonight, and you know what, Nate, why don't you put the QR code up while I'm doing this, because I need a little bit more time. Yeah, I need a tune. Okay. Yeah, we didn't bring any merch. Sorry, but I know. But if you want to support the band, hit the QR code. You get all of our albums up on Bandcamp, including Anthems of Liberation, which is our brand new Ace Combat remix album. We're gonna play a couple from that one.
So, have you found a reason to fight yet? Buddy?
Once again, it's on Bandcamp. Please get it. All right, so last February, we released a music video in conjunction with the release of the next installment in the remake of a very beloved video game franchise. The song needs no introduction. It's going to feature Michelle J. on vocals.
Oh my God, what an adventure. Holy shit. That was better than I remember, actually.
Good. Good. That's
Yeah.
the goal.
Holy shit. Yeah, so that obviously took a lot of work. First out, just want to just say incredible performances by everybody. Not only you four in the band, but of course Eli and Michelle as well. I see Michelle in chat. Hi, Michelle. Good job. Excellent, Sephiroth. Yeah, that was just amazing. And I think you had a little peek behind the curtain on working with some of those musicians as well. Just obviously getting to VGM CON. Some people just get to do like one rehearsal together before they go on stage. Yeah, what was it like prepping for all of this?
Difficult. It's it's not the most easy music by design. I mean, like we're all like big progressive metal fans, like Dream Theater fans, Symphony X fans, and like none of that music is very easy. It takes a lot of practice. But like, and having the orchestra and stuff, at least I mean we have a violin player on top of it, but just the aesthetic of the Tiberian Sons is just always like over the top, crazy, maximalistic. And so just, it's like we all love to do it and we all love making the music, but obviously it's just, we torture ourselves a lot trying to pull it off. But it's a lot of fun. And we're all very happy that people enjoy what we do. Very happy that, like especially we've had such a good public response to like our Ace Combat stuff and like One Winged Angel and all that. But yeah, it is really good to play this stuff live for people, and that we had like good enough quality of a live recording to be able to put this out online, which is what we're going to do.
Yeah, amazing. I think you said backstage that Eli was sight reading everything that he was playing.
Yeah. Eli is an absolute monster. And he's been playing violin for a very long time. He lives in Nashville. He plays the Videri string quartet, so he's a monster of a reader. And of course, like he's like the first guy I always want to get on violin to play on our stuff. But yeah, adding that violin on top of what we do, since we do all the orchestral stuff, it just adds a whole other element to the ensemble. And I think we're just gonna probably do that every time we play live.
Yeah, it's a good move. And Michelle had already contributed to some of your past tracks, so yeah, it just made sense for her to join you on set. Good job, Michelle. Great pipes. Oh my God.
Heck yes.
All right, well, let's get into the meat of the discussion that we are going to have here, undoubtedly. So we talked about, we foreshadowed that this video in the form that you've just seen it in, folks, took about 9 months of post-production to put together. I'm sure there are lots of technical reasons behind that, which I won't even scratch. I'll just let you take it away, guys.
Yeah. So before you start, Tony, I just want to give a trigger warning for self-hatred. All of it. Very, very, very much.
Self-flagellation.
Tony, if you need to talk, we're here for you, man.
Look, man. I mean, like Emily, the booker for MagFest, I think said it best, where she said, "Obsessive people make good stuff." It's the obsessive point, which is what gives me the energy to be able to do what I'm about to talk about. But I might as well get into it. So basically, what happened with VGM CON is that something happened with the recording system, and nobody's drum tracks got recorded. But we got we had all the other tracks, and we had like all these cameras set up. We had
stage mics.
Okay, hold on. Let me get to that point. I'll get to that point.
Spoilers.
All right, so we had all these cameras set up. We had all this great like handheld footage. So we had like 7 or 8 like just great looking angles, and it was like, okay, we have all this, we just don't have the drum tracks. Is there any way we can figure this out? And by we, I mean me. I'm going to be the only person to put myself through a horrible torture of trying to save this recording, but like everything looks so good, it was just going to be such a disappointment if we couldn't use it. So what ended up happening is that there was one more song we actually played live at Mystic Cave. It was Mystic Cave with the brass players, with some brass players that were there. The Mystic Cave arrangement is something that we did for VGM CON Live 2021 when it was online, with Frank Klepacki and John Stacy. And so we played that one live. So we had like a bunch of, but it didn't make the video, and I'll explain why in a bit. But there were a bunch of stage mics on stage, and we weren't using any amps, so it was mostly just drums in the microphones. So I basically used the baritone saxophone mic that was stage right and my vocal mic that was stage left, and those became makeshift drum overhead microphones.
Nice.
I made sure that they were phase lined up, and then I took another microphone and I triggered the loud drum hits from a microphone. Now, like, computers can tell when a drum is hit loud, but like a computer can't really tell. It has a bad time recognizing ghost notes, like like light snare hits, stuff like that. So in order to save this concert, basically what I ended up doing was, step one, line up the tempo track to what Travis was doing, because when you're live, you're not always on, so I had to line that up. That took, like, for one song, that was probably 45 minutes to an hour of work, because you're just moving like every like quarter note to try to match perfectly. You can do beat detection, but it just screws everything up. It screws up with your time signatures. I kind of want to keep everything like structurally intact. So I would do that for each song, and then I would go through, get the triggers for all the loud drums, and I would use our normal Tiberian Sons drum samples. I'd be like, and then I'd have to go through. I grabbed the drum GoPro that was focused on Travis, and I just watched it, and I was like, that's a kick drum, that's a snare drum, that's Tom 1, that's Tom 2. And that's just for the loud hits, okay? So the problem is, like, especially for the Ace Combat songs, Travis is doing like snare rolls and stuff like that, which means that computers has no idea where all those notes are. Therefore, I needed to line up the tempo so I could manually put in all of the ghost notes that Travis was doing while I'm watching it, which,
based on the video.
Yes, based on it.
Oh
So that's why over the course of, like, it was really more like 7 months, because I had it done before I went on tour. But just like on and off, it's like that work is so labor intensive and so annoying that I can't do more than an hour at a time, like an hour a day, because it's just like, it's so mind numbing. But I think it paid off, and your lucky Twitch streamers get to peek behind the curtain at what ended up happening. So it's like, yeah, it is Travis still performing, because it is the triggered loud notes. Maybe the ghost notes are, like, put in manually, but like, that is what it is. And to be honest, there's a lot more there's so much drum fixing in all of the music that you listen to that, like, that doesn't even top some things of like famous songs that you guys do. Like, most modern metal bands nowadays don't even use live drums. They just program the drums and they record to those. So the fact that we could still salvage this, this performance, it's still, like Travis's cymbals and loud drum hits, and make it still sound like our recording, and like, I think the effort was worth it. I mean, look, like, I work from home, I have time for it, so I did it, and here we are, finally.
Wow.
I didn't even know that's what you did. I just knew that you were fixing the drums.
Ambiguous fixing the drums. Tony's on it. Out of mind. Oh my god.
I mean, I knew that he was psycho, but it's got to be a record for the like. No one's ever done anything like that in this space,
no one
right?
should ever do something like that.
So I have a question. So, like most of those songs, if not all of the songs that you played at that set, were previously released. What was the problem with just bringing those drums in and using those as a template?
I mean, you could have, that
would have been easy. Is the problem?
But like, it would have been really obvious that Travis wasn't playing the drums. That were on the recordings. Yeah. Right. So like, it would have been a completely different performance, and that is like the one thing I will not do.
Yeah.
Right. Where it's like it will look fake, and people will point it out, especially with drums. So it has to be, it's got to be what's on the screen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Good answer.
All right. Yeah. TLDR, we are not Billy
Authentic.
Oh man. Oh, Flicks. God, I remember when Tony messaged me asking what happened to the drum tracks, and I opened the laptop that recorded that multi-track off the board and just let out a huge long sigh when all I saw was empty waveforms. Oh, rip. Yeah.
I should actually also shout out Danimal Cannon, because I remember before I started working on this, we saw Danimal Cannon posted a video on Twitter where he was just recording the Metroid Metal drummer on like a drum practice pad and like an SM57, and he just recorded all the strikes and used that as his drum MIDI for Metroid Metal or whatever. It might have not been Metroid Metal. Maybe it was Arm Cannon or something like something Danimal was a part of, like literally just turning, practice pad strikes into a full drum set. So that's where it was like, well, if I'm gonna make it work, it's gonna have to be that.
Insane.
Oh my god. Well, that's amazing. Thank you for all of your hard work on that end. And then everything else sounded really good too, like the mix on all of the instruments that were captured and
the ones that didn't have to get rebuilt from scratch by staring at it on what's he hitting? What's he hitting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So I took the time and like I would like nudge frame by frame just to make sure it's like, is it a tom? Is it a snare? Yeah. No, I tortured myself, man. But I was determined to make it work because everything else was like so good, right? Like the handheld footage that the VGM CON people did was like, wow, this looks really, really good. Like it looks like we're, like
shout outs to Flake, to Will Strauss, to I forgot the name of the third camera operator.
Peter Gillette, I think.
Peter, yes. Thank you. Saved it. Good.
Yeah.
That's great. Unbelievable. Nobody can ever call you a lazy person. Just never, ever.
Just obsessive.
Yeah.
Obsessive, yes. Absolutely.
Oh, man. So this video is going to be published at a later date.
Yes. Probably a week from tomorrow. Okay. We have something that is coming out tomorrow that I've been working on for a while. Why don't you talk about it, Connor?
Yeah. So at another concert last year, we performed at Meg West. Actually, that's like a record for us. 2 cons in 1 year. Does that mean we have to do 3 this year? Is that?
Yeah, I know. But...
So we debuted a song there, which is an arrangement I did from the game Helldivers 2, and of course it's the main theme. And so we're not doing a live version of that track, but because the track was just released, we're doing it's a really fun video. The music video kind of incorporates a lot of the happenings and the B-roll footage of Meg West, and also a ton of awesome footage that Nate put together, a lot of visual effects and things. It's just a super fun time. So it's kind of been in the works for a while, and that's coming out tomorrow. So keep an eye out for that.
Nice.
Well,
even better than that.
Yeah.
I
Everybody
think
have
we
the
can,
video, right?
we can tell people to keep an eye out for it right now. If you guys
Oh my
wanna-
god!
That's
Oh my
right.
Okay.
All right.
Let's do this.
One thing.
Special
Yeah,
exclusive
let's hear-
sneak peek.
What this was, videos wise,
Yeah.
me and Paul Good, who used to help run MagFest, went on to Helldivers 2, and we went and we put it open to public, and we said, anybody who joins, hey, we're gonna be doing dumb shit in case you guys want in. We're not gonna try to beat the game. We're not trying to like win missions. We're just blowing each other up. If you're in, stick around. 100% people for 4 straight hours stuck around. So every single one of these Helldivers things is various different stuff that we recorded.
Yeah, I mentioned, in between backstage here, I was saying I think the game footage and the VFX and stuff that Nate put together for this is my favorite Nate footage of all time. It's my absolute favorite. So yeah,
It's
really fun to-
authentic. It's authentic. I did it just like Tony.
Yeah.
Sat there, recorded everything, every death, every glitch.
That's right, man.
Every explosion.
Right,
Every
man.
explosion.
Obsessive people make good shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's. I'm gonna update the stream title here. Obsessive.
But, yeah.
Good shit.
That's mostly what this entire community is. It's like
Yeah,
a lot
pretty
of
much.
obsessive
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Obsessive
Oh,
nerds. That's why we all do this, right?
Oh yeah.
We're not.
Oh, yeah.
It's not for the money, that's for sure.
Ooh, ouch! All right.
That's sweet YouTube money.
Yeah. Oh god, that's sweet Spotify money.
Ooh. We're talking dozens of cents here, people.
God.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's not even your share. Anyways, so we've got this video for Helldivers 2. This is called Cup of Liberty, which I really like. And if y'all are ready, then let's
Listen.
Listen.
Wow.
And watch.
We're watching.
Let's go
I
listen.
blew it.
Watching.
Oh man, that was awesome. That made me nostalgic for Mag West, actually.
Yeah, man.
Oh
Yeah,
my
man.
god, what a good time. Yeah, lots of fun little bits in there, little slices of life. Oh my god, yeah, it's just beautiful.
I'm still not sure what Wob Stober is, but
Wobstober. No, that's Robbie Benson. Like he has
Wobstober.
he does things around Halloween every year. So on his Twitch stream.
Oh, it got cut off on the.
Oh,
the
yeah, it's
shirt.
Wobstober.
Yeah.
Robbie goes by Gwobs. Shout out
Yeah.
to Robbie.
Shout out to Robbie and his dark eating. Oh my god. All right. Well, yeah, that was Helldivers 2. That's going to be released tomorrow on the sorry, the Tiberian
The
Sons.
Trans-Siberian.
The Trans-Siberian Sons.
Yeah.
The Trans-Siberian.
Oh my
Orchestra.
god.
The names are completely unrelated, which is the best part. They're completely unrelated.
It's in completely different canons. But yeah, that's going to be out on YouTube tomorrow. So yeah, just watch for that. Go over, subscribe to the Tiberian Sons. They put out killer shit, as you've seen clearly here tonight. Yeah, the entire VGM CON set is going to be released sometime next week, late next week. So look for that as well. Yeah, and then this album itself, the recorded and performed music of the VGM CON set. I believe you are planning to release that in some small format on streaming services. Am I right?
Yes. So it will be on streaming services, but only 4 of the songs are going to be up. And unfortunately, because the Paper Mario stuff can't get licensed, and surprisingly, the Thunder Force song that we played could not get licensed. That one actually, we were expecting the Paper Mario stuff to not go through, but the Thunder Force one kind of threw us for a loop. So Hell March, the Ace Combat tunes, and One Winged Angel will go up on streaming, but everything will go up on Bandcamp. So the whole concert people will be able to get their hands on every song, including Paper Mario and the Thunder Force ones on Bandcamp. And then after we release the main performance video, which obviously will have all songs, then we'll release the individual videos for each of those songs as well.
Nice. Solid. Good release plan. I like it. Oh my god. So that was VGM CON 2024. What are your plans for VGM CON 2025?
None currently. We will not be playing this year. I may or may not be playing with somebody there. We're still trying to figure out the logistics of it.
I'm going to go hang out. That's what I'm going to do.
Nice.
I might actually maybe not work a show. Probably. It could happen.
Like not work a single show, or
maybe, yeah.
Wow, how does that happen?
I didn't get asked.
Oh my gosh,
so sad. No, I could use the break.
And then 2 weeks before VGM CON, you know that at least 2 bands are gonna hit you up, and you will say yes because I know you're physically incapable of saying no.
It's true, but I don't actually think this time random people hit me up. Unless the Soul Bros randomly get booked, but that would be classic Robbie to just tell me a week before the event, oh yeah, by the way, we got booked.
Oh man, well he'll be there either way, I'm sure.
Yeah,
oh well, I mean, we talked about it a little bit backstage, but 2025 and actually just like a week or so ago, the Tiberian Sons turned 10. Aw, don't you love it when your son turns 10 years old? It's such a landmark.
He's in 4th grade now.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, do you guys have anything planned specially for your 10th anniversary?
Well,
no immediate
can talk about.
Yeah, so nothing we can talk about because we're really, really, really bad at social media. I cannot stress this enough.
Yes. So let's be real. We won't have anything planned specifically for the 10th anniversary, but we have a lot of things, like a ton of things that we are working on right now, including, some more arrangement albums. We are working on some video games right now, and we are working on a very special future performance, which is going to be awesome. Cannot talk about it. And yeah, well, like we just a lot of things, actually things that I want to talk about with these guys after the stream.
This might be the most we've had going on simultaneously, right? Like there's
yeah.
I think there's at least an album or two, an EP in the works. Not that anything is necessarily like on the brink of being released, but all of it at once. A couple video games, like you said, live performances coming up. So yeah.
We swear we're gonna try to figure out a plan to have some form of merch at some point.
That's my
the
plan.
future.
I gotta design new shit.
That would be nice. I outgrew the last shirt that I got in 2019, so I would love a size up.
They basically, I mean, Connor, you worked with somebody to create that logo in the beginning, right?
Yeah.
And that logo has basically been the thing and nothing else for 10 years.
Yep.
It ain't broke.
Exactly.
It's a good logo.
It's a good logo.
It's a good logo. I'm it's going to be very difficult for me to come up with something different that's better. Sometimes when it just works, it works, So, I got a year to figure it out.
Oh man. Well, since you're all bad at social media, I'm going to just drop your links in chat here so that people know where to go to follow you, to look for not only your future video releases, but also lots of announcements, which I'm sure you will accomplish some way or another about your upcoming performances, etc. Yeah, it's been really good. If you guys are good to wrap up, any other like shout outs or anything that you wanted to do?
I think we've shouted everybody, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's got the shout.
I think so. Yeah.
I'm starting to build a live stream again. It's probably going to take me a while, but I'm probably going to be streaming myself playing music and possibly arranging, likely Tiberian Sons material, live on Twitch. But that has no established date yet. I am just working on it right now. But you all know.
The problem with having more simultaneous projects behind the scenes than ever before is that it's a lot more up in the air at once than ever before.
Yep.
But very exciting.
Good to be busy.
Yeah. We'll make it. It's all super exciting stuff. I'm hella hyped for all of this because I want to play more music with you guys.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, let's do it.
Fun.
Sounds like a decent idea. Yeah.
Good plan for your 10th birthday. Yeah.
Yep.
Sweet. Well, then on that note, I think we'll wrap things up here. Thank you, everybody who came and tuned in. Definitely go click on that YouTube link there to watch the Helldivers thing tomorrow. I will wait before I publish this episode on the bonus stage YouTube, which is where all of our listening parties land. Definitely go check that out. We've got something like over 300 videos now on the bonus stage channel on YouTube. That's our big archive of everything online that we've ever done. And then in terms of other bonus stage stuff that's coming up, not much else planned for February, but coming up in the first week of March, we're going to have a listening party for Jess Bethea, who composed music for the Aground series, and specifically Aground Zero, that we'll be listening to with him. And then the next day, actually, this is kind of unusual, but on the Friday after that, we're going to be getting Superman Ness on here to listen and talk about their next album as well, which I'm very much looking forward to.
That's great.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Otherwise, go follow us, please. I'm trying to get as many people up on our email list as possible. We definitely want to cut through all that social media bullshit and just send you emails. Get all the stuff you need to know about Bonus Stage directly in your inbox. So go to bonusstage.ca, sign up there, and look for future announcements of all the stuff that we're doing. If you're in the Vancouver Greater area, then we have Rock Band Karaoke, as well as some more event announcements that will be coming up very shortly. Otherwise, I've been Josh. This has been Let's Listen here on Bonus Stage. Thank you so much, everybody. We'll probably put on some house music and maybe pick a raid target. Otherwise, have a good night.
Thank you, Josh.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening. Thanks,
everyone.
Josh, for having us on.
All right, bye.
Thank you, Josh.